So my girlfriend and I made a bet that if I'm like, I'm not going to smoke weed for 30 days. And she's like, well, how do I incentivize you to do that? I'm like, make up something that I don't want to do that if I break, that I have to do. So if I smoke weed in the next 30 days, she gets to peg me.
Okay, that's like a pretty strong incentive. Unless you really are like not sensitive about your asshole at all. Like if you're just one of those people who's numb to everything.
I just feel like you just admitted like a bunch of things that you thought would make you cool in high school. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, I smoke weed and I have a girlfriend and she might peg me. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, look who's prom king.
Like, I'm really proud of you.
Here's the deal. I already broke.
You already broke? Okay, so when is the object going in your ass and how big is it going to be and do I get to choose?
Is it a dildo or is it like a actual...
Is it a parsnip?
I think it's her birthday is coming up soon, so I think it's a little treat for her. She's gay too, like she's bi and she's attracted to girls, so she's like fucking into it. I'm not into it at all, but I'm like, I'll just go for it. Let's just see what happens.
Does she make you put your penis between your legs and whine?
Not yet, but I think I can try that. I haven't tried any of the like feminine. I have a very feminine body, so I think that's why she likes me.
Okay, so what you're saying is she's gonna peg you because your butthole has zero hair. That's what she's saying.
Do you bleach your asshole?
So it's cool that I brought weed.
Yeah, it's cool that you brought weed.
It's already too late. It's already too late.
You definitely seem like a do things to me kind of guy.
I am. I like to be relaxed and like be like, I'm along for the ride. Let's see what happens.
You just like to take 3 Xanax and lay there and let her do her business.
I think I've never taken Xanax before, but that might be the first experience.
You're like one of those 1950s housewives who just lays there and waits.
You're like the perfect person to be roofied. You're like, well, I didn't consent, but I didn't mind. Yeah.
Like, I'm 23, so my dick's just hard all the time. Like, honestly, it's a personal issue.
I would just be like, all right, here we go. Maybe if I take Xanax the first time we do it, though, I might associate the feeling of Xanax with getting fucked in the ass, and then I might be like, oh, now I love it.
It could be a thing, or like also the idea Xanax always makes you fall asleep. What if you just like fall asleep, bent over your bed, holding your ass open, and then you just wake up at 6 a.m. just like in an L, in an L, holding your ass open, probably to a bay window. That's a scene in my mind. That's a sketch I'm writing.
I hope not. Welcome to the Avery Hutto Show, everybody. Here we got another episode. Here we are. We're starting things off fresh with a little ass play. Why don't you introduce yourselves, everybody?
I'm Miss Brown Comedy on Instagram, MissBrownComedy.com. And yeah, I'm a comedian and a host and a singer and a pain in the ass. Not that kind, but
There's always time.
The podcast is 45 minutes? I come pretty quick. I mean, really.
Oh, next. Hey, I'm Loopy, but if you don't know what it is, you already know what it is. It's Tyriggs, a.k.a. your mama's favorite, a.k.a. Thotty Pippin, a.k.a. Wasabi the Black Samurai, coming at you.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, that's too good.
Get out of my house. I pay rent here. Leave. I can't stand you.
Cool. I can't follow that. I'm Ariel Julie. I'm a comedian. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, Ariel Julie Comedy. I'm also an OnlyFans chick, so that's another fun fact.
How's your OnlyFans doing? Is it successful right now?
Gangbusters, buddy.
Is it really going wild?
It's going real well.
Okay, because I know you're like out there in the world like doing gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So like, do you find like you go out in the world and then like you go to a small town or whatever and then you get 30 new subscribers off your OnlyFans?
I don't advertise it in small towns because I don't want to get murdered.
Okay, but in Chicago you're just like, hey, just so you know, it's onlyfans.com/
backyard comedian. Or actually, I think it's just comedian, but it's a U. It's like an O.
Because you're a wordsmith and an artist.
I like a good pun.
Why not?
I want people to know what they're getting into.
I'm no stranger to a cum joke.
You know what? I was telling you, I did do some show out in Wilmington last night, and the guy who booked it knows that I'm on OnlyFans, and he was like, hey, why don't you, like, print up cards, like business cards with, like, all your links and passwords? He's like, I bet everybody in this, VFW hall would subscribe. I'm like, these are not the subscribers.
Also, the messages you would get from men on your OnlyFans who are like Korean War veterans. Like, I mean, do you really want to read that?
I don't know.
You make my dick go so hard it's down to my stump.
Like
I don't.
I just feel like there would be so much anti-Semitism within their fapping that like I just don't think I'm like emotionally prepared for like that much.
You're not prepared to be like their favorite Jew broad who gets their dick hard. That's like not the vibe you need.
No.
Okay.
Like I just want your money.
Thank you. I get that.
Do you get a lot of like Semitic stuff? Do you get a lot of people like, oh, I love you because you're Jewish?
No.
Or like, don't love you because
No,
you're
I
Jewish?
don't. Although I
Just
did.
your boyfriend.
one of my most liked series was during Hanukkah. I would like post like a set of photos with my menorah, but like suggestive like shit behind.
Oh,
the
that's
menorah.
nice.
Like a
It was-
nipple, like lighting one of the
Yeah,
candles.
it was like subscribe for the tribe. Like that was really fun.
That's fun.
And I got one subscriber who I don't know who it is, so I'm gonna name usernames. And I loved his username. It was the notorious JEW, and I sent
That's
him
hysterical.
like some free shit because I just loved his username. I
That's
was like,
so funny.
That's awesome.
That's like my favorite. One of my favorite people in the world. She just released a really funny book called "Yes, I Can Say That." Her name's Judy Gold. And
I love Judy Gold.
It's JEWDY on all of her social media. And if that's not the
Absolutely.
funniest thing in the fucking world,
What's the book about?
the
This is
book's
Judy Gold.
the book's basically about like freedom of speech and like how it started as like this liberal thing that then got overtaken by conservatives, and then it's just sort of like who's canceling who.
Well, let's get right into that. What do you think about freedom of speech? You for it? You against
I-
it? Should we curb it?
Oh, God damn it.
You brought it up.
God
You
damn it.
can't be like,
know,
I brought
know.
up this social
I
justice
know.
book about
I
freedom.
know, right? My thing is, okay, I think everybody should be like free to say whatever they want, but they're also free to get in trouble and like free to risk consequences.
Boom.
Because freedom is about risk. Freedom isn't about safety. And so, like, you know, if you want to use that right, you are then, you know, inviting whatever risk. I have been a faggot with a loud mouth, drawn a lot of attention to myself for a really long time, and I've like had to pay the cost to be the boss. And if you want to have a loud mouth and whatever you do, like, it might cost you something.
Are you okay with like dealing with that feedback then? You're like, I get it. Like I get some people are going to be offended, and that just comes with the territory of being kind of like
Yeah,
this thing.
absolutely. My existence offends people. It
Yeah.
wasn't legal for me to be around till like what, 1968? Like I don't even know. Like seriously, like everything about me offends people. So like, who cares? Grow up.
What's the most you've offended somebody? Like what's an interaction where
It's always in person. It's never has anything to do with like
Whoa.
on stage. I'm always because I'm like this outrageous, whatever you think like a performer's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
It's a long time. So I don't know. Probably like just something egregious. I've said drunk at a party. I've probably called people's like girlfriends old, and yeah, I did that once when I was drunk when I was 17. My friend Brandon was dating a girl who was like 26 and he was 18, and I said, "Your girlfriend's fucking old," and he tried to beat my ass, and I just bear hugged him because he weighed 120.
But that's not about you being
No.
gay. That's just about you
No.
being a dick.
Yeah, that's me being a dick.
Yeah.
That's more the
It
issue.
seems like the problem, isn't that you're gay. It's that you're kind of just an asshole, but that's also fun to be.
Yeah, because when you are gay and there's nothing like threatening male about you, you can be a lot more outrageous with your mouth because there's nothing threatening about you. It's like a chihuahua barking. It's just kind of funny.
And you just let it. You're like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Well, see, I look at it as twofold though. Like, if we're gonna get on stage and talk whatever shit we're gonna say, then like what you mentioned, the conservative side of it is that like if we have the right to do it, they have the right to talk their mess too.
Because like Ty and I, we've had the experience of like having jobs with like white people who just feel like they can say
Whatever
whatever
the fuck.
they want about a lot of black shit and about a lot of black people.
Yeah.
And we have to navigate that like every time we leave our fucking house.
Yeah.
So it's just like you gotta pay the cost to open your mouth sometimes.
Exactly.
And you gotta be able to deal with
I'm
that.
I'm not the type to fight people about it. I'll just be like, all right, whatever.
What if some people said?
I mean, I worked at a bar in Lincoln Park where it was 99.9% white people and like maybe a speckle of black people coming like, oh shit, a nigga's behind the bar
On the weekends.
on the weekend.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
lived in Lincoln Park for 3 years, and the only black person I saw was Wendy Williams on the TV in the lobby. But like,
Does she even count at that
I mean,
point?
really, it's just sort of like an idea. She's like your fairy godmother. But I lived in Lincoln Park for 3 years, and I would only see other black people on the weekends because there was good food up there. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, take your day off, go eat something delicious. But like, yeah, probably on Saturday at around 3 p.m. was the one time that
Middle
you
of the
saw
day,
another
Yeah.
happy
black
hour.
person.
That's when they come out.
Yeah.
Also, they had like the bars and the clubs like down the street from like where my job was. So all the cool black people were causing trouble like over there by the Domino's, and by my bar it was all the older white people or like the college dudes, like the Midwestern college, so like Michigan State, because it was a Michigan bar. So like all the Michigan people came in and they brought their black friends, and the black dudes would be like, all right.
I guess there's three of them.
But then they felt the need to kind of check their white friends on the stupid shit they did to kind of like make me feel better about like they white friends doing stupid shit while they drunk. So while they're like yelling in my face, the black dude like, oh, I got him, bro, I got him.
You're like, I'll calm him down. Like this is...
And I was like, I always hated that, because whenever the white dude acting ass and his white friend came and got him, I got tipped. So, like, I'm like, no.
Like, just pay me. Just
Right.
fucking pay me. I don't want your sorries.
Right, because I'm a second away from kicking them out.
Yeah.
So it's like, just give me that extra $50.
Get your own reparations.
Exactly. I'm going to get that $50 and whatever. Don't try to be like, oh, no, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Like, I don't know you, nigga.
At all.
Right.
I'm a big believer, that you should be allowed to do things, but that you should be allowed to get in trouble for them. Like, I ride my bike everywhere, and I think as a biker, I should be able to go through stop signs and, like, go through red lights.
I will try to hit you.
But here's my point. I think as a car, you should be legally allowed to hit me.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's my fault. I got hit by a car last fucking week. Totally my fault.
You're still here.
Yeah, so we agree.
Exactly. The car hit me. He fucked up my bike, and then I just went to the side. He like pulled over, and I just waved him off and walked away. I'm like, I pointed at myself. I'm like, this is my fault. Like, I did this. And then they just drove away. I fixed my bike, and now I continue to run red lights.
Where are you from?
Who raised you?
I'm from Michigan, like suburbs.
Whiter than your worst nightmare. Like, just seriously.
Here's the
Terrible.
deal,
And
though.
too goddamn nice.
I grew up all like hanging out in Detroit on the east side. So like I went from like being like this super suburban white kid, and then at 16 I was like smoking crack on the east side. And then I went to college.
You sure know how to turn me on.
Like I've had all of these, like I appear like a super naive white guy, and then I've had all of these really odd experiences, but you can't tell from looking at me. Like nobody would be like, oh, that kid was a crackhead on the east side.
No, yeah, you look like a baby bird from like a Dr. Seuss book where like it's seen trauma, but like because it all rhymed, it doesn't seem as traumatic.
I mean, the reformed version of you is getting like random stuff up your ass from your girlfriend. So like,
It's still a little wild.
yeah, the past was clearly
smoking weed.
Yeah.
That's how much you think
Yeah.
it's weed. It's not like, you know, if I don't do meth for a day, it's like weed.
It's more like, I honestly just think you want fucked. You're like, hey, if I don't do if I don't do the dishes tonight,
me,
all the
yes.
guys who live on this floor have to come in my ass. Like, I honestly, like, I think you just want gangbangs. You want to be the white girl on the couch with the 5 black dudes, and that's fine.
Piper Perry, is
And
that her name?
I think
Yeah.
I don't learn their names. Similar to the men in my own life, I do not learn their names.
As well you shouldn't. They're not important.
Who's got the time?
Well, you're not going to include them in the memoir anyway. You're going to
Exactly.
change them, so it doesn't matter.
Well, and exactly, like, how they can't be in the memoir, because how do you dedicate one chapter to 170 people? Like, you know, when you fucked as many people as you weigh in pounds, you just kind of move on with your life.
You know, you and I are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, the same AIDS quilt.
How is I've heard there's some infighting in the gay community with COVID dating. Like I've heard how's it going?
Well, I mean, I've been fucking everybody since.
Okay, see,
Yeah, you know,
I'm sure people have been mad at you for fucking everybody.
You
though.
can't stop me from putting it down and putting it deep. But with that, Ty would love to laugh out loud, but his lungs are shot. Like, if you had it in you, you would like really make a sound when you were amused, but you just can't let me be happy. Yeah, no, because I got out of a relationship in like mid-December, so like my Christmas gift to myself was getting chlamydia, because like, you know, like, go get it, like, go get the vaccine, go get the antibiotics. You're already gonna go to the doctor twice anyway.
Knock
So
it all
like,
out.
I mean, it's the perfect time. Like, seriously, if you have a COVID vaccine appointment, perfect time to get an STD. You're gonna go to the doctor in 27 days. Like, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, no, I haven't gotten too much shit from it because the guys have been fucking me that I've been talking to. So I mean, they're not going to be like, you shouldn't be doing this right now. Like, it's not.
Are you on like? Do you do Grindr? Or are you just like meeting
of
people?
course,
Okay.
Of course, yeah. No, meeting people. You think this works well in person with no warm up act?
I mean, if you see,
I gotta be my own opener,
I'm
honey.
sure though, if you see somebody and you lock eyes, you can see the type of people who you're like.
the kind of men who flirt with me in person normally have wives and children and
Okay.
problems.
Okay,
So-
you're like the sneaky little like side piece.
I don't do it. They just want it.
Okay.
Because in their mind, I think it's because I sound like Jessica Rabbit, I think.
Oh.
So they just like...
And you got the big eyelashes
Yeah.
too. You're
I'm not
fluttering at
bad.
them.
I'm just drawn that way. Like, it's very...
You
They
do
just
have
pretend.
like a beautiful husky, like what's her name, Barbara Stanwyck. Kind
Oh,
of.
God. No, I love Barbara Stanwyck because she did this. Okay, in every movie.
Higher. Who are you?
Okay,
I don't know who you are.
Because in every movie, in every Barbara Stanwyck movie, her lips are stuck to her teeth.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh no, my daughter. Oh no, my son. Oh no, the wind. Like she was like, her lips never moved. There's this one, everyone, thank you for bringing her up. Everyone should look this up if you want to like have a wild ass moment you're bored during quarantine. Go on YouTube, look up Barbara Stanwyck, The Thornbirds. She plays this like 80-year-old lady with the white hair and the saggy tits who's hell-bent on fucking the shit out of this priest.
Oh, here we go. We got it
is
up, baby.
the wildest thing in the world.
How-
And she's literally like 80 and he's 30. Like I have to put on my glasses so I can see what's going on here.
That's the dream.
Yeah, like seriously, like she's this rich woman and like she comes out naked out of the shower and just stares at him. Like she really just X gonna give it to you. Barbara Stanwyck is gonna give it to you.
You know what? I need a role model, so.
You know, right? Because I really feel like your boyfriend should always be in their early 30s. It doesn't matter what happens to you.
That you should keep a boyfriend in the early 30s.
Yeah, just look at her. Just look at her staring at him. She wants him like I want biscuits and gravy on a Saturday morning.
They should remake this movie. This would be
I
a
know,
perfect
right?
movie for right now.
Yeah,
People
but
would
should
eat
it
this
be
shit up.
remade? Because this is a classic.
Can you do it better?
Just Jane Fonda trying to fuck Eric Andre. That would really be the time
That
of
would
my
be good.
life.
I mean, that's a box office hit right. Oh, this scene
I mean,
right here.
seriously,
Oh.
she's walking out onto where he was bathing outdoors, touching his broad shoulders.
Is it raining?
And-
That's how older women talk to you.
Exactly. When you're
They
naked.
rub your shoulders.
They start touching on you. Like in all the conversation, just start massaging your chest, playing with your arm, like like.
The day after you stop getting your period, you start massaging shoulders. It's like a postmenopausal
You just, like, need-
activity.
it's calming.
Yeah. It's just like, listen, I'm tense. You don't have to be.
No, it's how we work out the arthritis, you know?
Oh, it's for the
Doctor-
rrheumatism.
Yeah, this is a prescribed a tactic.
Yeah, your doctor
okay?
says, listen, find a young man and rub him down. That's the. Oh, and she's back at it again with the big ring. You gotta notice the big ring. You gotta have jewelry out when you're flirting with a young man,
Yeah,
so he knows how
because-
young and beautiful you are at one point in
Or
time.
were.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she pays
Somebody
what she
paid for
weighs.
this.
yeah.
It may be old, but it do not stank, and it's still yank. Like she's putting it. Oh, and she just goes further down the chest. She's like massaging his nipples while she's talking to him.
You know, it's a shame Cloris Leachman just died.
Oh, she
Would've
would have
been
been
perfect.
perfect. Because Cloris was still hot. Like,
She
she still had her
was.
tits out
Till the
and
day
everything.
she died, she was hot.
Can you imagine being 95 and knowing you could still fuck anybody you wanted to?
Could you imagine having a
Helen
name
Mirren,
so
dude.
Oh,
close
seriously.
to clitoris? Like, it's so close.
And then
Oh.
making it work.
Oh, yes.
And
Cloris the Clitoris Leachman.
She did.
Have you guys
Oh.
been with any older people? Like, have you
Yeah,
dated any
dude.
How can everyone say the oldest the oldest person they've been with and how old they were at the time?
Okay. Shorty was like 37. I was 22.
15 years is the most difference you've had, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's like normal to me. Okay.
I think he was 42 and I was 24.
Okay, so that's like 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I was 20 and he was 52.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
You only asked us because you knew you'd win.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, Mommy Dearest, I will always beat you, Christina. I will always beat
Guys,
you.
let me ask you a question. I'm just curious, but here's my answer. Oh, did I win?
I win.
Aw.
Exactly.
Did he come on to you or did you come on to him?
He came on to me because my whole tactic with Grindr is basically that you leave it open so that way it sees that you're online and then you just wait for people to message you. It's like bird feed. Just
that-
put it out and
You
wait.
can get away with that though, because you're
I
like
mean,
hot.
Well,
Is that a tactic so much as that's just how apps work?
I mean, no, because Grindr does. Excuse me, Tinder doesn't show when you're online or not.
True.
Oh, it does.
No, I don't think Bumble does. I don't know. That's only for straight people, I think.
It shows like if you're on the messenger, but not like your profile.
Yeah, it's like
think.
Facebook.
Yeah, Grindr's also, it seems like much more bang bang, where Tinder and Bumble are like days.
Tinder shows you when you're like so far away from somebody.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Grindr does that too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But Grindr will be like 100 feet. It'll
Yeah.
be like, you're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
100
yeah.
feet from somebody. Tinder will
It's
be like about 1
and then you
mile.
start looking like each way.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like doing the like.
It's like the joke in my act. Like, I don't have any sense of direction because the town I'm from is so small. If we turn left or right and you don't see it, we don't have it. Like, there's just nothing. Like, it's
wait,
that close. It's that close. Like,
for
the most you can
Grindr-
scroll away is like a mile.
Okay, for Grindr, is there like a profile like there is on Tinder?
Yeah. You put in, my phone's in my pocket, but like you put in like your height and your weight, your sexual position. Like you have like 5 or 6 pictures.
Don't do it, James.
Oh, we're going.
let's get on there.
Oh yeah, James is on the grind.
I made Bobby Buds a grinder once.
Well, I mean, listen, someone's got to get that man drugged somehow,
Yeah.
and you do it from the gay guys on the internet. That's how you do it. No, but Grindr is. I don't even know if they have a web version, but I'm pulling up my account right now. It's really easy because you know exactly what you're gonna get. It's like Uber Eats. Like you're not gonna get a surprise delivered to your home.
Right.
You get to
Uber
essentially
Eats.
order it.
You get what you order. You get what you pay
like
for.
okay,
0 feet away.
exactly.
It's feet. It's my feet. You can be like, somebody's in this
The
Taco
nearest-
Bell with me right
the
now,
nearest
and I want
guy-
to fuck them.
The nearest guy to me right now is 486 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
That's like not even yards. Like if I could see him,
We chatted with
field.
him on Bobby Buds' grind.
I'm sure. Like if he was on a football field right now, I could see him. But yeah, no, you can see like the height, the weight, but so that way you're not like, if you're a bottom, you're not going to message another bottom. If you only like guys who are like in their 40s, you can see everyone's age, so you're not going to message some guy who's 29 and looks like hell because he does meth and think that, because that happens.
I mean, so what are you?
Young and beautiful.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm a top. I'm not gonna let a stranger fuck me in the ass. That's not why Martin Luther King got shot in a hotel. Are you out of your
Because
mind?
you could fuck strangers.
Exactly. They killed Malcolm X in the street so I could be fucking these niggas. Okay, like it was not for any other reason.
I wish that straight Tinder was more honest, because like I wish if people could just be like, I'm into anal up front, because then I can be like, that's a swipe left.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people like sort of put like their nastiness, like they hint at being a weirdo in their bio.
Kinda.
Like they'll sort of let you know. They'll just have like the pig emoji and like a lot of squirting water and just you wait.
Some do on Tinder. There'd be a lot of like picture, like stock photo images of like wedding rings. Like I'm a married man, and I'm like, Ashley Madison exists. What are you doing on here?
Okay. So like Ty, you normally go with older women. Do you put ads in the newspaper or how do you?
I do like ratchet ass dating sites like Facebook dating. I be on there. That's where the older ladies be on. Sometimes like I'll swipe through Tinder, but the way I swipe, I'm very selective about who I swipe, so I barely get any matches. And all the matches I get, we done already messed around.
And all your pictures.
Chicago's a real big city.
I own
millions of people, but you have like such a specific type that you're like,
yeah.
I only want.
Yeah.
Ty doesn't have a specific type. He is a boutique type. Okay.
You are the type.
We got to work that one around. Not everybody likes tall, dark, handsome, skinny, big dick, no job. Like sometimes.
I only act like I don't have a job because it's way more fun. When you do have a job, people expect you to do like
pay for shit.
Yeah, so it's like
might as well pretend.
it was like, how does this jobless nigga have a car? Like, it's like
There's so many layers to what's going on here.
It's a ruse and a sham.
people, and then based on how I take my pictures, people could not believe that I'm 6'2". So.
Well, all your pictures are from 2008, which helps.
And I'm by myself. There's nobody to compare me to. It's all mostly selfies. I only take pictures when my hair is done or when I have like a trim or something like that, or when the lighting is good. So it's like meeting me in person and seeing me on the internet is two totally different experiences.
Listening to you talk about your golden hour selfies right now, like I think
about that.
I
shit.
think everyone in this. I think everyone in this room's bisexual. Honestly, everyone's lying to a bitch.
I mean,
Everyone.
I am bisexual. That's not.
Exactly.
But not for
exactly.
Ty.
We're just waiting on this one. We're just waiting on this one to pick a team.
I could be. I don't even know what it means anymore.
Honey, you
really
are.
You really are.
You open this like, I'm getting pegged, and I get like, oh no.
You know, love is a spectrum, and it doesn't matter where you fall.
So is sexuality.
I overcooked the chicken. How are you gonna punish me?
What if her stroke game is on point? Like she really got him bent over. She got like one leg up on the bed, leaning his ass. Bah, bah, bah.
And I'm like, you have to keep doing this. I'm like, I don't like this, but you're so talented at it that I have to let you do this.
So funny.
Yeah, you can't let your girlfriend squander her potential because you're squeamish. Like, come on.
Exactly. Like, seriously, this is a very equal world now. Like, this is a feminist, like, society, and you gotta let her fuck you in the ass.
I think I have to, just to let her express herself, because I don't want to let her fucking fuck another girl. Like, that's...
You wouldn't want to watch? Isn't that every straight guy's fantasy
No,
that their
see-
girlfriend does, like, wild lesbian things with a woman with very long fingernails in
Nah,
front of them?
Not at all, because she's
What
like...
are you reading?
I just see all this, like, fake lesbian porn
What
where, like,
Huffington
women
Post article?
Where, like,
Clearly-
no, I just see, like, lesbian porn where it's, like, clearly two straight girls who are just getting paid, and, like, because it's all a lot of hand, like, manual sex, and so to, like, appeal to guys, they'll do, like, a lot of, like, long nails and rings and shit
first
to
of
make it
all,
more visually...
we call those lipstick lesbians.
Okay.
And second of all, why are you watching lesbian porn?
Because when you fucked as many dudes as I have, you get, like, honestly, what are they going to show me? Nothing I can't see at the deli and get for a roast beef sandwich. Like, nothing fancy. So, like, I'm branching out there. I mostly watch straight porn, funnily enough.
Like
Yeah.
guy on girl? Or...
What other kind of straight is there?
There's there's tons
I
of
told you he was gay. I
Wait,
told you.
You know, like the guy on guy straight when
You
one of
know?
them acts like a
Guy
girl
on
and
guy
wears a wig. Right?
You know
Right, when one of them's
you
in a
know when
wig,
he
that's
just said
straight,
you know
right?
when he just says like I'm not gay with every thrust, just says no homo.
Pause. Pause.
Pause.
Pause. which each hit.
I do like watching first lesbian porn though. Like when she's like, "What are you doing?"
I've never done this before. Oh my god.
I found a new type of porn that I like, and she's my new favorite porn star. It's like a butch actual lesbian girl who then has sex with straight girls. But like it's like
okay.
real, like you can tell that she's super into it.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
other girl's like, I'm not into it, but I
Magic
like
Does she
Productions?
look like the one with the buzz cut
Maybe.
on Orange is the New
Maybe.
Black? Does she look like Leah Delaria? Like, are we talking like Melissa Etheridge with a shaved head? Are we
No.
talking like tough?
like
I want like
tattoos.
Ruby Rose.
Are they
like,
black?
No.
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 You see, or dicks are soft. Can't help us. We're just over here, just wah wah wah, whiskey dick.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to have a threesome because I can't compete with tits or another girl.
It's not a
can't- you can't.
competition. It's a
Exactly.
collaboration.
But I don't.
Stop collaborate and listen.
You're right. Maybe if I change my perspective on it, I'll be more open. But right now, I'm like, no, we're too early in the relationship for me to bring in someone who might take you away.
I always used to say I wouldn't do a threesome because like I would get distracted. Like there's so much going on in the room, I would just start focusing on like the thing and shit.
So I've
Like
had
I would just like completely. I would just go to interior decor.
Your
because
ADHD.
Yeah, it's too much stimulation, so I just disassociate.
So you just decorate? Disassociate
They're
and
fucking. You're
decorate?
going around. You're organizing things.
Yeah, I'm just like watching them fuck while I like polish silver. I don't know what
so
to do.
that's not even like they're not. Has anybody else had a threesome?
No.
Okay, well,
Tell us about it.
well, it's
Educate
great.
us. Wait, two
I hope.
dudes, one guy, one girl, two girls.
So
Every
I've,
variety.
I've had a couple of threesomes. It's usually two ladies and one gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that changes is the dynamic between the other two people. So like I've done it where I was like primarily fucking the guy, and then
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Can we have a threesome?" And I was like, "Sure, but I don't want to put in work. If you find the girl, we can do this." And the next day, I was like, "What'd you put an ad out? Like, what'd you do?" Like, you made a
He'd been
billboard.
working
He had
on
one
this for
lined
3
up,
weeks
yeah.
before he
He
said
had one
thank
lined
you.
up.
Like when you want your friend to spend the night. It's like she's not gonna like it if I ask. You ask her.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I was like,
Hi.
it takes you 3 weeks to call me back, but the minute I'm like, if you find another girl, and the next night he's like,
course.
I found her. I'm like, that was quick. So she was
She was in the
one-
closet the whole
She
time.
had kind of a gay panic afterwards. She definitely had this moment, like, because she and I, did some stuff together, and she was like, I think I need to leave. And I'm like, I think you need to do this again with one woman, one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I will be that woman. And that's fine. But then a couple of years later, I started unicorning. So
I don't know what that means.
That means that if you're a
You put
couple...
the dildo on your forehead?
No.
Oh.
If but that's so fun.
Wouldn't that just
What
be a
you
visual?
Only if it was like a glittery, just
Because they already
unicorn
suction to a
dildo.
wall. Why can't you suction it to your forehead?
You sure can.
Exactly.
Anything's possible. But it was a unicorn is where you have a couple, and then the couple wants a third person, and so this person is like, I'm not trying to like fuck your relationship up. Like, I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not trying to steal one or the other away. Like, I don't want to know your last names.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to know my name.
We're not
like,
gonna be friends.
No, we're not hanging out. We're not in a throuple. We're not going to go on a date together. Like, I just want to come in, enjoy both of you together, and you can both enjoy me, and then I'm on my way.
No cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, like, this is not about, like, dinner, you know? So this is just about sex for 3 people together. So I did that for a while, and the most recent couple that I had sex with was about a year ago, and they're
dead now?
No. No, they're quarantined. The quarantine got them. They were very nice. They were very nerdy. So our foreplay was talking about Star Wars, and they were
Me and Tyre soft.
they were they were very sweet. But they interviewed me beforehand.
Did it feel like a job you didn't even want by the end?
It felt like a job that I was like I hadn't done it in a little bit, so it felt like. You know how, like, you major in whatever in college, and then, like, 6 years later, someone's like, do you have marketing experience? I'm like, only technically. You know? It kind of felt like, I was like, well, I haven't used Photoshop since college, but, like, I remember the basics.
I can fuck up the 2008 Office suite. You have no idea.
Like, no, I know some tricks on Excel, enough to make it look like I could be your administrative manager.
They were asking you like sexual questions then, or like
No,
about you?
It was just like they had this, like, would you be a good fit for us? I'm like, yes.
I'm
Do you
here.
talk to your dad a lot? Like,
Better question. Does
you a
your dad
Christian?
talk to you? No.
would you like to bring your dad
No,
next time?
by definition, I am Jewish.
By definition.
By every cultural stereotype, I am so Jewish. So no, we don't. But so threesomes, they're not like distracted. Like everyone, it's
collaboration.
It's a collaboration. Everyone works together, and like so. What I always
hate
say,
teamwork.
if you're gonna do it, if you go into it going, I am only here to please the other 2 people, and if every person enters with that same mindset, everybody goes home happy. That's how you do it.
But then I would just be too focused on doing work. Like, it doesn't sound like it'd be fun for me because I'd be like, oh, I got a job, I'm a
But
career, happy.
then the other 2 people are focused on you.
You just would be there like, I can't believe I'm sucking both these dicks.
2 dicks at once?
Oh, hit him with the rotisserie.
My girlfriend's watching. She's like, yeah. She's like, that's how I fuck them too. Fuck them just like how I fuck them.
And then she's like, put your leg up on the bed. Put your leg up on the bed.
She comes in with a strap on. She's like, tap me in. Tap me in.
They are drilling your ass like it's Alaska for oil.
Oh.
They are just in there.
She's a great coach.
She's also a ballet teacher. She's good at yelling at people.
This is like the
She
plot of
actually
Lucha.
is. It's the best part. She's starting like kickbox training now too, so she can punch, fuck.
Exactly. If he fights you, step on his neck. Like
This is getting violent.
slightly. And once again, he's into it. He's into it.
Yeah, we're having fun.
She's gonna teach you some moves.
Oh, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready.
You're finally gonna learn what to do with your own dick after this. It'll be a learning experience.
I should ask her. I'd be like, "Do you have any mood? Like, what should?" You've never been in a threesome though, Ty?
No, that's the problem. I always ask for it first. Anytime I get with a girl, I be like, hey, if anything, I want a threesome before I get married. That's it. And if you're down afterwards, I don't even fuck.
They're not hard to find. You can't find 2 women who'd be willing to fuck you at the same
You gotta
time.
talk to
No.
Mark, Ariel.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Whenever I date a girl, they do not want me to fuck anybody else
That makes sense.
at all.
Are you like a serious relationship? Like you meet a girl and you're like, let's do this. Like you're a romantic guy.
Not
Or you
usually.
Kind of like
no.
a casual. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the flow kind of guy, but usually the flow ends up in a relationship.
Okay.
I'm usually down for whatever. You have sex, y'all talk, they learn about you, you learn about them. I'm not like a loud dude. I'm not a very like outside person.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only interesting thing about me is that I do entertainment.
Yeah.
And even then, like I'm like you only see personality on stage. In real life, I am dry as fuck. So like they get interested in that. They're like, oh, he's not as as all the rappers and all the other guys I've dated. I'll hang out with him and stuff. They start liking me and stuff like that.
Oh, so you get rapper sloppy seconds. That's like your specialty.
Always.
That's comedians.
But those are my favorite type. I've always wanted to be a rapper because they had the best hoes.
Yeah. But now you're a comedian. You got like the B-list hoes.
Yeah, basically.
Why
you fucking Nelly?
What are comedian hoes like? Like, I was a chuckle fucker for a while, but I feel like not
still
the
are.
same.
Girls love a dude that can get on stage and perform.
Whatever.
And he does it well. Like, there's the girls that'll support your dream and be like, all right, he's trying his best. And then there's girls that will like see you at a show and be like, oh my God, I didn't know he could do that. Mm-hmm. And then they're in the bed like, oh my God, I didn't know he could do that. It's like, so
you're like, now let me have a threesome. I earned it.
And they're like, no, you're mine forever, always, only mine.
You're too good. You're too much
You
of a
must
catch.
be putting it down.
Yeah,
I
if they're
try my
like,
best.
If they're like, no, this dick can go nowhere else but here.
I'm better in the bed than I am on stage. I'll say that much.
Okay.
And like, I like to have fun with sex. I'm not like it's everything but my butt. That's the only boundary I usually like. You can lick it, but you can't stick it.
Lick it, but you can't.
I
We
like
have
that
so much in common.
You have a rhyming motto for like every sexual act.
He liked D.L. Hughley.
But yeah, like I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty open with shit. I'm quiet. I'm
not
the
your
type.
butthole. Open with everything but your butthole.
Exactly. I'm a guy you can take to your parents because I speak good English.
It's you don't speak well English.
I speak good English because I'm black. I could be grammatically incorrect.
And it still sounds really cool.
Yeah, and like considering where I'm from and like all the people I know, people don't expect me to speak how I do.
Yeah. Where are you from?
No.
I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
Born and raised. Like I didn't really hang out with white people till I started doing comedy.
Okay.
Honestly, but my mom is from the West Indies and she was very big on language.
Okay.
So anytime I tried to talk with slang or with a certain
Not having it.
Yeah, that's an ass woman. So here I am.
What's it been like now being around a bunch of white comedians?
A lot of y'all do crack.
Like a lot.
Like it's like you're surprised at how many people do cocaine. You're surprised at how many functioning people that you're around are out
With
here
jobs,
doing crack.
families.
Yes,
Like living it up.
just smoking
Living it up.
crack.
Just party hardy.
Actually, I get that people do a lot of coke, but people smoke actual crack around?
Not around, but like when you find out, like when two white people find out they smoked crack, they just start doing crack together. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I felt so judged. I've been
It's like
around
being a Boy
these
Scout.
Feels
Like
so
they put on their
childish.
little uniform and black out the
Lighting
teeth
up a
and just
crack
fucking.
pipe.
They all have like
Exactly.
their tools with each other. They're all prepared.
Exactly, because let me tell you, when like two black dudes are telling you that your pipe's too hot, like you gotta rethink everything. Because we've seen some shit. Like you grew up in Chicago in the '90s, like you have seen some shit.
Right, a lot of crackheads, and like you grow up to not like crackheads and
Of
crack.
course, they're
So
the
it's
worst.
like, yeah. But then some white dude you met, you're just like, damn, this dude is pretty cool, and he's like,
I'm gonna go smoke rock in the back.
right, or like they come back from doing crack, like when white people sneak off, you don't know what the fuck they doing together.
They come
It's
out
like-
fucking eyes fucking blacked out.
Why does it always smell like chemicals on the patio?
right.
It's diesel fuel.
They'll invite
burn
you
in
for coke. They won't invite you to share that crack, and crack is cheaper,
Exactly.
and you get it from my neighborhood.
Shame.
Shame on them.
Shame.
Exactly.
Smoke crack.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of find that out about a lot of people that most adults are kind of functioning alcoholics or addicts of
Yeah.
some sort. Like,
Yeah.
everybody got a fucking problem. I mean, it's just like if you weigh 350 pounds, you wear it, and you hide it better than people who drink that bad or, have a drug issue that bad.
Do you guys have a drug of choice? What's your no-no?
Anything.
Okay.
I really, just gay, no boundaries. Grew up in a
Okay.
trailer park, dining. The worst thing that could happen to me, I'll be fine.
I feel like that's like a lot of like experimental drugs and MDMA.
If
That's
I
what
see
I hear.
if I see a pill, I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Alice.
Honestly, one of the best moments in my life that I don't know if anything will ever match it. I took MDMA once and then I just meditated for like 4 hours and just sat, and it was like the most peaceful thing in my entire life.
You're so adorable.
It was lit when I did it. But
Yeah, like it's and now they're using it to like treat PTSD and depression. So I'm like, maybe that was actually good for me. Like it seemed like it was bad for me at the time, but like it helped me process my emotions because I'm like crying, but I'm feeling good, and I'm just like, Oh, the Molly.
They're saying psilocybin, which is like the chemical in shrooms. They're using that medically.
I do that with friends where I love taking mushrooms with people, and I'll give them a little bit of mushrooms, and then I'll like do psychoanalytic therapy with them for hours. It's so much fun. If you're with somebody on mushrooms and you put like drumming on in the
Are
background.
you the guy from Psycho?
Norman Bates.
You dose people and then give them therapy, and then they go into your basement and never come back up.
They
Like,
always have a good time.
terrified.
But if you just like put drumming on in the background and you go like, okay, I want you to visualize someone in your life who you've had a hard time with. And they're like, oh, I see my dad. And I'm like, I want to ask your dad what he needs to tell you. And then they're like crying and they're like, he said he's sorry about blah, 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 blah. But you can visualize things so well on mushrooms that if you guide people through visualizations, it's like the most mind-blowing
You're like
experience.
a peyote shaman.
We gotta do shrooms. Shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
dude,
do
fucking any of you guys want to do mushrooms,
I
I
would
will
do
guide you
shrooms.
on a trip. We can do this on the podcast.
Do you have ayahuasca?
I've done ayahuasca.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
make
I'm
you. I'll
curious
make you a
about that.
deal. So the green room, you know the green room. That's getting a door, a soundproof door, and that room is conducive to tripping. So when that studio opens, if you want to do a live guided mushroom trip in there, I will give you that room.
Okay. Let's
Yes.
do some guided mushrooms.
Let's do it because shrooms don't really work on me. So like, I'll just be a sober driver. I've like put like 7 G's of the shit in my mouth before, and I'm just like,
No, but that's
a
my
lot of shit
point.
in your mouth.
You can do mushrooms and nothing will happen. You have to set the right intention and have the right mindset, and I can set that for you.
See, I react very intensely to all drugs because
I'm a crack baby. It's too late.
I am the opposite. Like Manischewitz is a little much for me, like a little much. But the last time I did shrooms, I was with my boyfriend who loves Tool, and he was like,
That's the worst.
yeah.
You should not listen to Tool on mushrooms.
So it worked out so great because he was going into it like, yes, I'm gonna make her get Tool. She's gonna get Lateralis. It's genius. And I was going into it like, no, I'm gonna make you hate Tool. So like it's like playing, and he's like, don't you hear the genius? And I'm like, oh, is it genius? Because it sounds like noise. Do you
White
love
people
this?
do drugs to convince each other to listen to bands.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get a little relief. And
we're
they're-
like, no, you gotta enjoy this.
We're just
art.
trying to get a little break from the pain. And they're out here trying to get each other to listen to Fish.
I just,
Man.
if you want me to listen to the band you love while we're high, then my goal is to make you hate the band you love while we're high.
Well, I'm going to make you watch Drake and Josh for 46 days, like Clockwork
Joke's
Orange
on
with your
you.
eyes held open.
I have seen every episode.
I'm sure you have, Megan. I'm sure you have. You related with that little girl a little too hard as a grown-ass woman.
She was clever, okay? I didn't watch iCarly, though. That wasn't my shit.
Lines, limits, and boundaries.
You know what?
That's the drug you won't do.
I'm 30, so I was like right on the Drake and Josh cusp.
Just on the cusp of the
I-
border.
iCarly was my shit. I didn't really like Drake and Josh that much. They were a little bit too much.
This is not what I expected you
I'm
to
just-
add to that.
I'm
Hey.
really happy that Drake and Josh switched places, like how Drake was the hot one at first, but now Josh has like gone from the fat one to being like the
Josh
super
Peck
hot one.
can get it.
Oh yeah, he can.
He was in Avery.
I can't appreciate hot dudes and not want to fuck them. Like I don't.
If the hot dude
Yeah.
is your girlfriend, however.
She's a hot dude.
Listen.
She is a hot dude. I'm like a hot woman to her, and she's like we flipped. I'm the femme in the relationship, and she's definitely the more
Obviously.
masculine one.
Listen, just put your legs up, grab behind your knees like a real man, and
Yeah,
just handle it.
I'll give you.
Just
You gotta
handle
give me
it.
some coaching beforehand. So
Oh yeah, you know what? This whole time that we've been talking about you being pegged, I was picturing you bent over, but I did not. You know what? You're
Oh,
right.
the hands.
There
Yeah, you've
are
got
other
options.
positions.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna do bent over.
yeah, so you can fantasize and pretend you're somewhere else. Just think about
Crying.
just think about summer camp and shit,
Eating pills.
waiting for the Xanny to kick in. And then she suddenly sounds like DMX for no reason.
Oh, she would.
She gets right over in your shoulder and she's like, "You like that?" Arr! Like just barks in your ear like a dog.
Just come right away. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Because, listen, I'm just saying, if your girlfriend gets to the point where she can give you an orgasm, like just out of your butt, like if she can give you a prostate orgasm, you're never gonna fuck her again. I just want you to know that, like, it's just.
Is it that good? Is it that?
No, I'm saying because she's gonna know she can make you come without her having to do
and then she's
any
gonna be like, I'm not gonna
She doesn't
ever
even
go
have
in
to
that.
take a shower to make you have an orgasm. You have to do all the work. So if she can set that up, she's gonna do it.
I shouldn't have smoked weed.
Yep.
I'm excited for your relationship moving forward.
Thank you.
I think you're going to learn a lot over the next couple months about yourself.
Oh, yeah. I come back here in 3 months and he looks like Richard fucking Simmons.
I'm asking you for makeup advice.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I get the eyelashes?
My jockstrap's too tight. I don't really think I'm going to be able to dance.
Like, I have no time, but all the time, actually. I have 24 hours a day and 7 days in a week for that shit.
So
Gotta be
Avery
real
is your new
honest.
project.
I think I could turn this into something.
I need to get more
Because
fashionable.
if you were trans, you wouldn't even have to change your name. So, like, I don't have to do a lot of work
Fucking
here.
throw a wig on me.
It does not take much. You shave, what, once a year? You know, maybe Christmas and birthdays?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn,
Like,
I remember those days.
That's me my whole life. I'll never have to shave my face. This
Well,
is like 3 days.
You know what? I probably shave more than you do.
Probably do.
probably.
I come from a hairy people.
Yeah.
I mean, do you get in there with, like, the thread and shit? Do you have, like, some nice Palestinian lady and, like, you build
I
a bridge?
actually, my
and we
eyebrows
just-
are natural. My eyebrows
Okay.
are perfect the way they are. It's chin hair.
Yeah, how do you get rid of the
I
chin
gotta
hair?
pluck it.
Oh, you get in there with tweezers.
I do.
At least you do it though. Some people just try to ignore it and pretend like it's not there.
Oh no, it's there.
Yeah, well, it is. You can see it on them, and you're
You
like,
sure
you should
can.
take care of that.
Yeah,
and,
no.
But you can't bring it up. to them.
I don't like it.
Well, one of my aunts used to shave in the mirror like a man. Like, she was that Italian. Like, she was the most one
full
of the
neck
most.
beard,
She was
like-
one of the most Italian people that's like ever been out of Italy.
It's got to be like Southern Italian too.
Oh,
I assume.
like just the
Is that like
dense.
Sicilian?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, like every time she came, pasta shot out of her pussy. Like this was
What
Baba
kind of
Debucci.
pasta?
her periods were marinara. Like this was an Italian woman. This was an Italian woman, and she used to shave that upper lip.
So instead of anal beads, she used meatballs.
Oh yeah.
It's not sanitary.
That gives a saying, you got the world on a string, a whole different meaning. You know? It really puts you in a new perspective.
Oh god. Ooh.
I don't write jokes, I just put disgusting images in people's heads and run away.
I
But it
love
works.
There you
It
go.
works.
There you go.
Boom. Bye.
This has been a very visual podcast.
Not dirty, just vulgar.
You're
Very.
like pegging me with visuals.
I'm in everybody's ass. Like really, like that's my contribution to
You
society.
are in the asshole of my brain.
I truly, and it's warm.
It's cozy. That's what we're creating, a warm, safe space. Here.
Exactly.
For us to
My
express
asshole's
our-
a safe space. If you don't feel welcome in your own home, in your own life, come to my ass.
So, Matt, if somebody said, hey, I've got a gig for you, but we
Mm-hmm.
need you to be rated PG-13.
Yeah, I can do it. I've done 20 minutes clean. Recently, during the pandemic in like June, I did a corporate gig online. I did 20 minutes clean. I don't have to. This is what people enjoy.
I don't
So-
You give the
care.
people what they want. Yeah.
I pander to the lowest common denominator.
As well you should.
Listen, like
It's a job, though. I
the-
mean, people need to be entertained.
the
You
day
do a
somebody
service
wants
to them.
me to be fucking Jon Stewart, I'll do it. But nobody's looking for intelligent, deep, thought-provoking James Baldwin over here.
You have one of the funniest jokes. Your Steph Curry joke. It's one of
Oh.
the funniest fucking jokes. When I heard that, I fucking died.
Yeah, no, because I go through when I got my DNA done, and I figured out that I'm 60% white, 40% black, and 100% relieved. Like, because it makes sense. Like underneath this makeup, why I look like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
If he played for the Social Justice Warriors.
Boom.
It's everything. If he changes teams, I'm fucked.
I know. I'm like, you have to get
I'm
that joke
fucked.
out and recorded in like a very tight clip
yeah,
while
yeah,
you
yeah.
still have it, because
Oh, yeah.
he's losing popularity too. He's becoming a worse basketball player. So you like
I know,
Hold on now.
right?
He's still dropping 40 a game.
True, but now the Warriors aren't as good.
Yeah, his
And
team is trash now.
Yeah, and now he's not in the like that joke 2 years ago was much more popular
yeah,
than it
yeah.
was now. It was like Steph Curry.
Because
fucking
I
washed up.
wrote that joke when I was a fucking tour guide for UIC, because I would constantly have all these 16-year-old girls from the West Side who are touring UIC. Did anybody ever tell you look exactly like Steph Curry from the back? No, but I'm serious. You look just like him or that Logic. That was like my life for a good year and a half. Just no consonants, all vowels. And do you know you? That was my favorite. It was the best.
Have you
It was
run
the
into
best.
like a lot of light skinned guy problems? Like in
I
your
don't know
life?
define what you think that means.
Yeah, buddy.
I have no idea. Am I wrong to say though that there's
Nope.
I just want to know what.
isn't there like I've heard people who are light skinned complain that like they're treated differently in the black community and like there is like fighting between like dark people and who's lighter.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I was a girl, I'd get treated a lot differently because everybody wants their daughter to be this complexion and have this hair texture and to have green eyes.
Yeah,
but
you're
when
a
it's
beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You're so close.
I know, right? Like, I don't know if my mother wanted a daughter, but it kind of doesn't matter.
You are one appendage away.
Like, really, and it's like emphasis, appendage with an A. But yes, so being a guy, I know that like when people say that like they don't think I'm black or like I'm not really black, I know that's rooted in homophobia because like if I was a woman, they'd be asking me what was it like when you grew up in Kenya and you know ate a goat.
Oh, interesting.
But like they'd ask you what it was like growing up in Nubia, like what part of ancient Egypt are you from? But whereas like I'm a guy and I'm a feminine guy to them, so I'm like a disappointment. I'm no one's idea of what a black man is.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever. I mean, again, you're never going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's my fault my dad fucked a fat white lady. What did I have to do with it?
Your mom's a fat white lady.
Oh, the biggest.
I thought you said you were a crack baby.
It makes you eat faster.
She was a fat crack.
Oh, yeah. When Ike was born, she was probably like a good 220, and she's solid over 3 at this point.
Okay, well,
I haven't
220 is
seen.
not
I haven't
huge.
seen. Well, I mean, when you're 5'4".
Okay.
I haven't seen her in about 10 years, so who knows what's going on.
Okay, you're not close to her at all.
She could be a brick house, and I would not know. I would not know.
Did you guys? How are your parents?
Dad.
People?
My mom is cool. Basically, my best friend. My dad is
Your roommate.
basically. But
My dad lives in my basement.
my dad, he's cool. I mean, it's crazy though. I barely see him, even though he lives not too far. Like, but that's how our relationship's always been. We see each other like maybe 2-3 times a year. We chop it up, catch up. He'll give me some money, and then we don't talk to each other for another 6 to 8 months.
If it works, it
So
works.
you're your dad's bottom bitch. You're your dad's bottom bitch.
What?
You hold the fort down. He checks in on you a couple times a year, drops a check, and runs out.
Basically,
Like you just count the money for the pimp and just run.
Hey, he got other stuff going on. He has other kids. He has his girlfriends that he's dealing with. Like what? Why? Like I'm not gonna bother
You're not
him.
12 and you ain't got a
right.
pussy.
I am his 30-year-old son. He got teenagers now. So like,
How many kids? How many brothers and sisters?
He has 3. So me, my brother Traquan, and my sister Shantiana. And then on my mom's side, with her husband, she has 3 kids.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
part of a pretty big family.
Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 6.
Yeah.
That makes my tits hurt. Just think of nursing all those children. Like just, oh God, it makes me feel like a cow with udders.
How do you go there first as a man? You're like, your
Yeah.
tits.
I was thinking about my vagina. I can't even imagine squeezing one out.
We're all pretty spaced out.
I mean, it's pretty easy to go there. I mean, you do have to feed the kid at some point.
True.
You don't have to worry about it because butt babies don't live.
The benefit, yeah, I'm not going to get pregnant.
But-
You know
babies
what?
do
This
not
is
live.
Bridgerton, okay? I'm going to hire a housemaid. All right?
So you can just like stay in your bed and give orders and ring a bell and shit.
Exactly. That's
What
what
the
I was
fuck?
born to do.
Be a heiress.
What is Bridgerton? I've heard about it referenced before.
I haven't
but
even
have no
watched
idea.
it. My coworkers like it. My coworkers are some basic bitches, so they
It's-
like that
I
shit.
haven't even seen it, but apparently it's a fantasy show it's like supposed to be kind of 1800s England, but it's like the black people like are, you know, marquis and shit and not slaves.
Okay.
And it's
It's like a reimagined, like Downton Abbey kind of
Yeah.
time.
But like cool.
yeah, but for
Yeah,
people
but
who
it's
aren't
cool.
literate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like-
so who don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
like
the
it's not
time.
deep like that.
No.
Okay, it's like pop culture-y.
It's pop culture, but like with corsets.
Okay.
Exactly.
I might be into that.
I mean, you do have a fetchingly small waist, so it makes sense.
Hey, none of my pants fit anymore. I've lost so much weight over quarantine.
Listen, 24-inch waist, 2-inch dick. It's a hard life.
I'm-
It's a hard life.
Are you really? How tiny is your waist?
No, you.
Oh, yeah.
You.
Hey, I have a medium-sized penis for my height.
Listen, you are right down to the textbook average, 5.5 inches. It's just, you put it on your Tinder.
7.3.
Where is that average? In what like
No,
sub-Saharan
because I'm
Africa?
6'5", so you gotta like take it and you stretch.
You
the
know what?
average.
Dicks
The
are
average,
not
like,
in proportion to height.
No.
I have learned
Yeah, me
that
too.
lesson.
Me too.
I slept with a guy who was 6'9", and his dick was like maybe 6 inches.
Yeah, I slept with a guy who's a Polish, 6'6", 1,000 feet tall. You could climb him like a goddamn jungle gym.
Yeah.
And a 6-inch dick. And on that body type with all those legs, it looks even smaller.
The biggest dick I ever had, he was like 5'8" and had a lazy eye and like was kind of
the lazy eye definitely played a role into that.
He
All the energy was going to eye to his dick. His brain.
He was like kind of a broken down dude. Like he had back problems.
It's all went to the dick.
His dick was so big.
All of the blood in his body.
That was the guy that I wrote my fucking me doggy getting spanked by your nutsack joke. Like your nutsack like Newton's cradle. That was about that guy.
You literally fucked the Cyclops in the Odyssey.
I absolutely did. And I wrote a song about
You're
it.
ageless. That's wonderful.
That's the dream.
I love it.
To get a song wrote about you.
Yeah, for your dick.
It was complimentary.
He's literally inspiring. He had an inspiring dick. He made you create art.
I did. I created art. And it's called Fucking Me Doggy. That's my art.
Yeah, that's how we make strangers happy.
Well, we are right about at that time. This is the end of the episode. Thank you guys so fucking much for coming on. This was a ton of fun. We're going to do it again. We're all going to take some mushrooms sometime.
Absolutely.
Tell the people where to find you.
I am at Ms. Brown Comedy on Instagram and MsBrownComedy.com.
Ty Riggs. Ty Riggs, y'all on Twitter. Instagram, it's Yo Mama's Fave. Y0MAMASFAV3. Your Mama's Fave on Facebook. Do not add my personal Facebook if you are a stranger.
Stranger danger.
That's how we got into this, though. I'm starting up this podcast, so I invited a bunch of people, friended a bunch of people. Ty posted some shit where he's like, "Don't add me and then invite me to your weak ass page." And then I commented on it. I'm like, "I feel seen and heard," because I thought you were directly referencing me. And he's like, and then we just got to talking, and I'm like, "Well, why don't you just come on my podcast? Let's fucking." And now we're here. That's how you do it.
You can find me on Instagram at Ariel Julie Comedy, on Twitter at the Ariel Julie, or you can just go to allmylinks.com/Ariel Julie Comedy or linktree.com/Ariel Julie Comedy.
Cool. Thank you very much. You guys have a great night. We will see you next week, Sunday at 12.